Have you ever noticed how small, seemingly harmless habits can quietly take over your life without you even realizing it? They're the habits that don't scream for attention, that hide in your daily routines like silent thieves, slowly stealing your energy, your focus, and even your sense of self. It's not always about smoking, drinking, or staying up late. It's subtler than that. It's in the things you dismiss as insignificant, constantly comparing yourself to others, procrastinating on tasks that matter, suppressing emotions that need expression, overthinking every choice, or avoiding confrontation even when your gut tells you otherwise. At first, these habits seem trivial, almost harmless. You shrug and think, it's just who I am, or it's not a big deal. But over weeks, months, and years, they quietly chip away at your confidence, your motivation, and the boundaries you didn't even know you were losing. You start feeling drained, anxious, or restless without knowing why. Tasks that once seemed manageable feel overwhelming. Your energy disappears faster than you can replenish it, and a subtle, nagging heaviness settles in your chest. You may even catch yourself thinking, why do I feel so empty? Why does everything feel harder than it should? That's the power of this silent habit. It masks itself as normalcy. It tricks you into believing that life is always meant to feel like this, that struggle is permanent, and that the weight you carry is just part of being human. The shocking truth is that most people never notice the slow damage until it's almost irreversible. And the worst part, you don't need anyone's permission or validation to let this habit control you. It happens alone, quietly, in the repetition of everyday choices. The danger grows when you fail to recognize the pattern. You ignore warning signs, telling yourself that everyone feels tired sometimes or it's just a phase. You compromise with yourself constantly. You swallow your anger because it's simpler to stay silent. You agree to things you don't want to do because it's easier than confrontation. And you stay in situations, relationships, jobs, or routines that no longer serve you because leaving or changing feels complicated. Every time you give in, every time you choose convenience over authenticity, this habit burrows deeper. You begin to lose sight of who you really are, and slowly, almost imperceptibly, your life becomes shaped not by your choices, but by the habit that has learned to dictate them. Yet there is hope. The moment you recognize that this habit is silently controlling your life is the moment you reclaim power. Awareness is the first step to change. Admitting the truth, acknowledging that your energy is being drained, that your confidence is eroding, that your inner voice is being suppressed is not a sign of weakness. It is an act of courage. Once you see it, you can start to dismantle it. Replace what harms you with deliberate, empowering actions. Begin small, set boundaries where there were none. Voice your opinions when you would have stayed silent. Take one small action that aligns with your goals and values. These actions, though tiny, are the building blocks of transformation. Each deliberate choice chips away at the habit that seeks to control you, restoring energy, focus, and clarity. The change does not have to be monumental overnight. Transformation is rarely about a dramatic, sweeping revolution. It is about consistency, awareness, and intention. Small, purposeful steps repeated over time accumulate into real, tangible change. Every day becomes an opportunity to choose differently, to act in alignment with your true self, and to reclaim pieces of life that have been quietly stolen. The habit that once dictated your thoughts, drained your energy, and dulled your emotional life slowly loses its grip as you assert control, reclaim boundaries, and make decisions that honor your needs. With each small step, you start to feel lighter, more alive, and more in tune with yourself. Don't wait until the damage becomes permanent. Don't let this quiet habit steal another day, another week, another year of your potential and your vitality. Recognize it now. Confront it, not with fear or self-recrimination, but with clarity, courage, and deliberate action. Replace inaction with small, intentional steps that empower you. Speak your truth even when it's uncomfortable. Set limits where there were none. Prioritize yourself in subtle ways every day. Life doesn't have to be shaped by the habits that drain you. It can be rebuilt from the conscious actions you take, step by step. The most remarkable part is this: the habit that has silently destroyed so much in your life is not invincible. Once you see it, understand it, and confront it, you can reverse its power. It will not vanish instantly, and it will resist. You will face discomfort, doubt, and resistance from yourself, and perhaps even from others, but this is the price of reclaiming your life. Every deliberate choice you make is a small victory against the force that has quietly been eroding your confidence, energy, and freedom. Life is waiting for you on the other side of this habit, alive, vibrant, and fully yours. All it asks is that you start today. Start with awareness. Start with one small action. Start with the courage to reclaim yourself, because every day you delay is another day the habit quietly wins. Take the step, however small, and begin the journey to freedom from the silent habit that has been destroying you all along.